All right, welcome to this explainer. Today we're unpacking a really fascinating chapter on clinical nutrition and dietetics. I mean, we all eat, right? It's literally something we do every single day without fail. But today, we're going to dive deep into the source material to discover why food is actually way more than just fuel to keep your stomach from grumbling. It's an incredibly powerful form of science, and yeah, actual medicine.
Okay, let's kick things off with a pretty profound thought straight from our source text. Food is more than a biological necessity. Now, obviously our daily routines revolve around eating just to survive, but food represents so much more than that. It's deeply tied to our cultural identity, our social and religious practices, basically our very existence as human beings. It's a symbol of hospitality, status, even a way to express creativity. But what actually happens when we strip all of that away and look at food purely through a biological lens?
I want you to really think about this for a second. Have you ever actually thought of yourself as a biological being whose cells are continually replaced? It's kind of wild to think about. Your body is basically this complex, living architecture made of carefully arranged atoms, molecules, and cells. And they don't just sit there. Your cells are continually replacing themselves. So even though you might look the exact same in the mirror today as you did yesterday, internally, some of your cells replace themselves in a matter of days, others take months, and some take years. And get this, they use the exact nutrients you consume to do all this rebuilding. You quite literally are what you eat.
To wrap our heads around all this, today's explainer roadmap is going to cover 5 key areas. First, the modern health crisis. Then, the nutritional care process, types of therapeutic diets, preventing chronic diseases, and finally, we'll look at the career roadmap for becoming a dietitian. So, let's jump right into Section 1, the modern health crisis, and specifically, India's dietary shift.
We are currently facing this massive health paradox. On one hand, undernourishment and infectious diseases are still taking a huge toll on the population, but right alongside that, the prevalence of overnutrition is skyrocketing. We're seeing rising rates of obesity and hypertension, and the data is pretty alarming. India is actually poised to become the diabetes capital of the world. Chronic diseases are hitting people at much younger ages. So, how exactly do medical professionals fight back against this?
Well, that brings us to Section 2, the nutritional care process, or how we use food as a medical intervention. Enter the clinical nutritionist. You see, when you're sick, poor nutrition can actually make your existing problems way worse and really delay your recovery. So, acting almost like medical detectives, dietitians follow 4 highly structured steps. First, they assess your nutritional status by looking at your medical history and physical measurements. Second, they diagnose the exact nutritional problems. Third, they plan specific, prioritized nutrition interventions tailored entirely to you. And finally, they closely monitor and evaluate the outcomes to make sure you're adequately nourished to fight off illness or recover from surgery.
Moving on to Section 3, types of therapeutic diets, and how we actually formulate these treatments.
You've got to notice the profound difference here. A standard regular diet just includes all the normal food groups to meet the baseline needs of a healthy person. But a modified diet, that is a highly customized medical treatment. Dietitians will expertly alter the consistency of the food, adjust the calorie intake, or even restrict specific nutrients, like say lowering protein for a kidney patient, all to precisely match the medical needs of that specific individual.
Let's look a bit closer at how they actually modify consistency. If a patient can't chew or digest normally, dietitians use these exact modifications. You've got liquid diets, like milk or soup, which are fluid at room temperature. Then there are clear liquid diets. These are very thin, absolutely no pulp, which is perfect for right after surgery when your gastrointestinal tract just needs total rest. We also have soft diets, lightly seasoned and super easy to digest, and mechanical soft diets, which are basically mashed or pureed foods specifically designed for the elderly who might struggle with chewing.
But what if eating orally just isn't possible at all? Well, dietitians always have backup routes. While oral feeding by mouth is definitely the preferred method, sometimes they have to use tube feeding, which delivers nutritionally complete feeds right through a tube and straight into the stomach. And if the digestive tract isn't functioning at all, they utilize intravenous feeding, delivering special nutritional solutions through a drip directly into the bloodstream. It's honestly an incredible, life-saving application of science.
Okay, Section 4, preventing chronic diseases. Let's talk about the power of proactive nutrition. I want you to look at this massive number, 52%. Scientists ran a major clinical study involving 20,000 men, and they found that consuming fish just once a week resulted in a staggering 52% reduction in the risk of sudden death from a heart attack. I mean, wow. Why? Because fish is packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which are these essential components of our cells that actively protect the heart from abnormal rhythms. This is literally the power of food in action.
And honestly, the data gets even better. Another clinical study looking at over 42,000 women showed that proactively choosing a diet high in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean meats directly led to longer lives and a significantly lower risk of heart disease. The main takeaway for you here? What you consistently put on your plate today dictates the health of your body tomorrow. Making informed, proactive choices is your daily armor against chronic disease.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, Becoming a Dietitian and Your Career Roadmap.
Clinical dietetics is a rapidly growing sunrise sector, and this timeline maps out your professional journey chronologically. You start by passing your 10+2 level, followed by grabbing a BSc degree in home science, nutrition, or food tech. From there, you'd complete a postgraduate diploma in dietetics paired with a hands-on clinical internship. And finally, you take the steps to qualify and earn that incredibly vital and highly respected registered dietitian credential.
So the really crucial point we've learned from this chapter is that food isn't just sustenance, right? It's medicine. It builds us, it protects us, and it heals us. Armed with this roadmap and a real understanding of clinical nutrition, could you be the exact person discovering the next medical food that cures and saves lives tomorrow? The future of medicine is quite literally on your plate. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.